Hello and welcome to Pop Culture Shark, a podcast about all things pop culture. I'm Caleb,
And I'm Final Monkey.
and I'm taking the reins again today because I'm doing this from my computer, and you're doing this from your phone.
I'm on my parents' computer. We're out of town, so
Ah, gotcha.
yep.
Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. There was a new Nintendo Direct. We were gonna talk about Uncanny X-Men, but we're gonna save that because uh, it's Summer Games Fest, and you never know what's going to be announced in the next week or so. So we just wanted to go over the Nintendo Direct from the 21st. But before then, how's your trip going?
It's going pretty well. We're visiting my parents. My dad's having a birthday, so we surprised them. So we came out here and visited them. Uh, Other than that, just continue to play Zelda. Really close to finishing the game. I just finished mapping out the depths, and I have one labyrinth left, and then I'm gonna try to kill a Lionel and a Gleelock, and then it's Ganon time.
I've tried to go up against a Gleelock, but I can't do it yet. No matter what, I still struggle with the Great Fairies. I haven't upgraded any armor yet. Game's been out for a month. I haven't upgraded a single piece of armor.
Nice. Did you figure out the bubble frog thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Uh, Myself, I've actually gone back to playing the original Super Mario Brothers. There's actually this sort of challenge that is done uh, every year at the Louisville Arcade Expo called the Fire Mario Challenge, where you have to beat 1-1 as fast as possible while also obtaining Fire Mario. Uh, which, if you don't know, the route for 1-1 in a speed run is just going through the pipe and not worrying about getting power ups or anything. Uh, but stopping to get the power ups, you gotta map it out different. So I've been doing that. I just got down to 340 is my fastest time right now. So I don't know. I've got 9 months to prep for this. I don't
Cool.
know. I don't know why. I just started practicing it this week for some reason.
Yeah,
Um,
I watch Slade on Twitch, and he's always doing the Mario Hour runs, and you
right.
think
Yeah.
you think, oh, Super Mario Brothers, that's easy. That's not an easy game.
No, it's not.
So
um, but other than that, I actually have not proceeded with Uncanny X-Men. I'm wanting to wait until after we talk about Dark Angel to move forward because I want Dark Angel to be the freshest thing in my mind.
yeah, so Uncanny X Force for those playing at home. Rick Remender's Uncanny X
Yes,
Force.
yes, absolutely. But yeah, not much else. Started a new job, and well, not a. I'm at the same place. I just got a different position, but other
Cool.
than that, not much else.
So I've been reading Venom by Donny Cates, and I'm in the, I guess it's Absolute Carnage crossover right now.
Okay.
So it was good till I hit that. Now I'm kind of stuck in the crossover issues that are not by Donny Cates, and those kind of suck. But the main story is pretty good. So, um, sometimes with Marvel crossovers, you get to a point where if you get into the crossover issues, it's like the same plot over and over and over, and you're just like, okay, come on, So,
I mean,
um,
it technically is because I would imagine that Absolute Carnage is not too different from Maximum Carnage. I don't see how you could change that up much.
well, he is trying to um, collect all the symbiote codexes, and that involves him eating the spines of people who have had the symbiote. So he's hunting down anybody that's ever had a symbiote. So each crossover issue is like, oh, this time he's hunting down Man Wolf, or oh, they're hunting down, Miles Morales, or whatever. So um, it just gets a little repetitive in that part. But the
Yeah.
main storyline it's pretty cool. So, and they are referencing Maximum Carnage quite a bit actually. So that's kind of
Oh
fun.
yeah. Did you like Maximum Carnage?
Hated Maximum Carnage.
Okay. So did I. I liked the game on the Super Nintendo.
It should have been a 3-part story, and it would have been great. A 14-part story where it's the same thing each issue and good vibes is really dumb. Spoilers.
No, what I think is hilarious. If you've ever read Maximum Carnage, it starts off with Spider-Man Unlimited #1 and ends with Spider-Man Unlimited #2, and there are 12 issues in between. You can read Spider-Man Unlimited #1 and #2 back to back and not miss anything.
Yep.
It's really funny.
Yeah, it is so bloated and overkill. It's one of the worst Spider-Man stories I've read.
Yeah, no, but the thing is I still love that game. That beat 'em up game is so much fun.
Oh, well, that's different. Yeah.
you want a simple bloated story for a beat 'em up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're not looking for the Clone Saga to be a video game. No, I don't want that. Well, anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and real quick, they just announced a new agent for Valorant, Deadlock, and I'm super excited because she is actually a Sentinel, which is the character type that I play. So there's our news. Is Caleb is happy about Valorant.
I still have no clue what that is. So
Overwatch meets Spider-Verse meets X-Men meets Counter-Strike.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah. So as far as the Nintendo Direct, this happened on June 21st. Before we get into what was actually announced or what was actually talked about, did you have any like predictions going in? Did you?
I mean, we knew we were getting Pikmin, and then there was rumors about Mario RPG and rumors of Mario and an elephant. So those were actually pretty good leaks and pretty good rumors that we were hearing. So I usually go to Papa Genos usually has really good rumors. His Discord is usually pretty good for finding stuff out. So
any disappointments? Anything you were looking for that like we're still not getting anything on Metroid Prime 4, which I am convinced does not exist.
I would love to have seen Perfect Dark on the N64, but I think we'll get there eventually. We're not there yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, so before we talk about, and I don't have these in order of like what they were announced in. I just have them kind of like in a decent order. So like, we got third-party reveals.
Okay.
The more I see of Sonic Superstars, the more I'm excited for it. Like, it just looks fantastic.
Did you see the new trailer where you can play as like Lego Sonic and stuff?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you can. There's a whole. There's a Lego skin, and you can do a pre-order and get Robotnik Lego skin or something, which makes me wonder: is Robotnik playable? I don't know.
I'm just so curious as to. It's a simple 2D Sonic game, but like there seems to be like way more than what is. I guess there's more to it than just it being a 2D Sonic game, I guess.
Yep. PlayStation revealed a trailer with the Lego Sonic fighting Lego Robotnik. So
okay, gotcha. But yeah, as far as 2D Sonic games, I don't think that we've had a decent one since Sonic Rush, and maybe a little bit later than that.
When was Sonic Mania? Was that after Rush or?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, Sonic Mania. I actually didn't play Sonic Mania, so that's
I
why
haven't either. Yeah,
that's why I don't think about it. I just remember whenever Sonic 4 first came out, I liked it, and then the more I play it, the more I don't like it. So it's going to be nice to see this return to form. I love Amy's old design, so that's a lot of fun.
I still don't like Amy and wish it was Sally Acorn, but I understand why it's not, but that's a whole nother podcast.
Oh man, that would be our most viewed podcast because of all the Sonic weebs.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid. This was a surprise for me. For those of you who don't know, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is one of my favorite games of all time. And so the fact that we're getting... so it's going to be Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, and then the original Metal Gear 1 and 2, and then the NES Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge all on one Nintendo Switch cartridge.
Do you think this is going to be a cloud game, or you think it's going to actually be on there?
Oh, I didn't think about it being a cloud game. I hope it's not a cloud game.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Like the Kingdom Hearts cloud. No, that's not what I'm about. But there was a leak, because this is called Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which, by the way, this is not going to be a Switch exclusive. It's going to be on like PS5 and Xbox and all that too. But with this being Volume 1, the fact that there's Peace Walker, Portable Ops, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, and Guns of the Patriots. Now, this is coming from my brother, who is a much bigger Metal Gear game fan than me. He said, and this was like before they announced all this, there's no way they will ever re-release Metal Gear Solid 4 ever. And it looks like that he's about to be proven wrong with that. Which is exciting, but also interesting, because Metal Gear Solid 4, for all intents and purposes, is a 12-hour cutscene, which is a lot of fun. I've actually never played that one. Like I said, Snake Eater's my favorite, so I'm content with this collection, but I might get this on PC. But I just wanted to talk about that just because I think it's really cool, or at least I thought it was really cool, that we're getting all this on one cartridge, but who knows? Maybe it's not going to be on a cartridge. Maybe it's going to be cloud. This next one I do think will be on the cartridge, Arkham Trilogy. I think this will be on a cartridge. Did you ever play the Arkham games?
No, I have not.
Do you know anything about them?
Yeah, I mean, I know the general plot of the first two. I don't know what the third one's about, but the first two about, Joker taking over Arkham and everybody getting, I think they get Jokerized or something, and Titanized, yeah. So yeah, I know the general plot beats.
Okay. So Arkham City, also one of my favorite games of all time. This is exciting because it's so weird, because I just remember the Arkham trilogy and all the related games being everywhere 10 years ago, and then at this point it just kind of seems like that we have forgotten about them, even though I would say these are some of the most popular games of the sixth generation. And so it's nice that this is coming back. I might pick this up, but I don't know. Really, whenever this is why I put third-party reveals all in one slide, because we're not here for third party. If you're getting Nintendo, you're getting Nintendo. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm getting the Switch for Call of Duty.
Well, I think not the AAA third party, but indie games, little indie games. Yeah, Switch is a great system for those.
Oh yeah.
Which Vampire Survivors is, and
yes. Nice segue.
I'm a big fan of Vampire Survivors. Got it on my phone, played it to death until my phone kept crashing because my phone couldn't handle what was happening on the game. So I'm looking forward to this one with the 4-player mode. Looks quite fun.
Right. Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk about this because I know vampires. I've actually never played Vampire Survivors myself, um, but I definitely want to pick this one up on Switch just because like that multiplayer co-op mode just looks so much fun, and I do enjoy roguelites. I just haven't played this one. Um,
Yeah, it's not really a roguelite. It's more of a, I think they call it bullet heaven is how it's described.
okay.
It's kind of the opposite of bullet hell because you're the one that's like shooting everything. Um,
Okay.
and you
Gotcha.
know anybody can play. You just literally walk around, and your character does all the shooting for you.
Yeah, I play Mighty Doom on the phone, which is uh, just like a chibi version of Doom. That's a top down shooter. So I think it's very similar to that.
Okay,
But yeah, you know what always turned me off of Vampire Survivors? Uh,
what's that?
I would always get those YouTube ads for Vampire Survivors, and it looked. I just assumed that it was one of those one of those fake games like this is Top War or and so
We
I assumed that this Vampire Survivors was another one of those fake games, and then people actually like Maximilian was addicted to it for like a month, and I was like,
oh
wow,
yeah,
this must be a legit game.
yeah. I remember as what's his name, Asmongold or whatever.
Asmongold, yeah,
He was playing it. Yeah. Um, yeah. This is a very fun game. The graphics look terrible. But that's kind of part of the charm.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, um, yeah. This
Which, by
is
the way, the graphics are not what specifically turned me off, but that's what made me think it was a fake game.
yeah. There are so many weird phone ads. That would be a fun show to pull up. Each of us pull up our favorite weird phone ads and
Oh my gosh, Top War is my favorite because, like, you know, they're not. It's like, hey, you know, all those fake games. Well, this one's definitely not fake.
there. I've been getting a lot of ones for what's it called, Royal Match or whatever, the
Yeah,
King,
yeah.
and there's like people that they're like, we found it, we found a game with no ads, we did it. They're all excited. I'm just like, what is this your life goal? What? I'm very confused. What is happening here?
uh, but yeah, no, I don't know when the Switch version for Vampire Survivors is coming out.
I think it's
Maybe it's
August.
August. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'll definitely picking this up. I wonder how much it's gonna be because I know Vampire Survivors on like Steam is like $3.
Yeah, and I wonder if they'll have the DLC, or maybe this one will be cheap and the DLC will be more. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we will see about that. I'll definitely be picking this up. Next up, getting away from third party unless there are other third parties that you had. Like I don't have a Star Ocean opinion, so
Did you did you watch Maximilian Dude's reaction to
no, I
this?
didn't.
He was he was counting how many farming games, and he's like, "They're show a farming game." He's like, "You know what? If they show another farming game, 50 gift subs." And like as soon as he said that, they showed another farming game.
Yes.
He's like, "Bleep it, Nintendo! You could even go 15 seconds."
Yeah, I love watching Max react to these things. It's always
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I remember whenever he was like tricking himself into thinking, "Oh yeah, Sub Zero is definitely getting in Smash." And I'm like, dude, you set yourself up for failure on that one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so getting away from third party, more first party. This one is going to be more your bag. I don't know how excited you. Now, let me know if they announced this previously because I think this was like just an actual announcement. Pikmin 1+2.
This was not previously announced. This was a brand new announcement. Pikmin 2 is one of my favorite games. Like, I rank it way up there, but I don't know what the controls will be like on the Switch. I know when they brought it back, I think on the Wii or Wii, I think it was on the Wii. They had changed all the controls, and I wasn't a big fan of the control changes.
Well,
Um,
I mean, with a Switch controller, wouldn't they just go back to GameCube controls?
I would hope so, because I really like using the C stick to control the Pikmin. Um, So yeah, Pikmin 2. So people either hate Pikmin 2 or love it. I love the game. I played that game so much. It was just fun going into a because it had not really dungeons, but it had like underground areas. And so you would dive in with your 100 Pikmin, and you're down there for it could be 3 levels or three floors, or it could be 10 or whatever. And you don't know how many Pikmin you're going to have left by the time you get out of there because it's do or die, and your Pikmin are dying left and right, and you're running out of Pikmin, and then it's like, oh, I didn't bring the right type of Pikmin, and this is electric enemy. All my yellow Pikmin are dead. Just a really fun game.
I know. This game has actually already been released. This was one of those play it now on the store today.
Yeah.
So this is already out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people apparently have been picking this up, having never played Pikmin before.
Awesome.
And they didn't realize that it was an RTS.
Yeah. One of the things they did change in the game is like Pikmin 2 had like Duracell batteries in it and stuff. All that stuff has been removed.
Is that a good thing or
it's bad? I liked all that stuff. Like, get a Snapple lid, and now it's just like some generic name lid. They've removed all that.
Oh, okay. So the gameplay is still there. It's just the actual product is
the product.
generic.
Yeah, the product placement's all gone. So I guess
Gotcha.
they lost the rights, or they didn't want to pay for that again.
Gotcha.
So,
let me ask you this. This is a question coming from Cameron. Apparently, a lot of Pikmin fans are really heated about them changing the logo. What are your spicy takes on that?
Who cares? I mean, it's just a logo.
So Karen was telling me he's like ask Aaron about that because everyone is all up in arms about this, and
I think the bigger debate is who the mysterious bad guy is in Pikmin 4.
Which, let's go ahead and move on. Anything, because here's the thing, I watch a Pikmin 4 trailer and I don't know what I'm looking at, so I don't know what to look out for.
So, a couple things. There's always a debate about is this really Earth or not, and I'm always like, of course it's Earth. There's Duracell batteries.
I mean, are they though? Are they Duracell batteries in Pikmin 4?
Well, not even, well, but now we're actually inside houses and stuff, and that's never been really done before. Some of the underground stage, like a toy room and stuff, but this is the first time we've actually been inside a house.
Okay.
But I had a wish list of what I wanted in Pikmin 4, and I basically got almost everything off my wish list. I wanted night mode. I wanted an evil captain with his own Pikmin. I wanted the Pikmin to be able to ride on a dog as their base, like a giant dog. But I got a little dog, so a lot of things I was wanting, we got. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Good. When is this coming out?
It's in July, I think, like the 21st or something. I'm not sure, but pretty soon.
Because I always knew what Pikmin was, but it wasn't until Cameron said RTS literally today that I'm like, oh, okay, so Pikmin is an RTS. So when I think of RTS, of course I think StarCraft. Has there ever been like a adversarial multiplayer mode for Pikmin?
Yeah, there's a 2-player battle mode on Pikmin 2. I don't know about Pikmin 3. I didn't play Pikmin 3 that much because I just did not like the Wii U controls, so I didn't really play that one as much. But the thing that everybody's talking about is Dandori is the name of the character, I think, or there's a Dandori battle mode. Here, I'll throw the image in the chat, and if you want to throw it on the screen, you can. Let's see, private chat. We will actually use stream yard as intended. So there's the image search of this character that everybody's talking about. Who is it? I think it's clearly Olimar. If you want to pull it up on the screen. But yeah, Pikmin it's an RTS basically. I mean, you're primarily controlling Olimar and you're giving orders to the Pikmin. So you're plucking them out of the ground or throwing them, or giving them different commands.
So is it this?
Yeah, the image on the right with that red guy.
Okay.
With the green dog. If you can click that, let's see if it'll pull up the image. I don't know.
No, it's not going to.
Okay, if you right click it and click view image, it may pull it up. If not,
there we go. Here.
Anyhow, so the big debate is, who is this character? It clearly looks like it's Olimar, and he's been either turned into a Pikmin or he's been possessed. There have been different bad guys in the games that can brainwash your Pikmin and stuff. So the question is, who is this? Pikmin 1 does have a bad ending where you don't build your rocket ship if you don't get enough pieces. Olimar will crash and die, and the Pikmin will take his dead body and throw it into the onion and turn it into a Pikmin. So there's debate that this is what has happened, that to save Olimar's life, they turned him into a Pikmin. And so now he's evil and running around. We're not sure. So I think that's pretty interesting. They've also added a new thing where you rescue the captains. Like there's a captain laying on the ground right there. And you actually build like a city where you can upgrade stuff. Not really a city, but your captains are all staying around the ship, and they all do different things as you find them.
So who is your? It's not Olimar, and it's not Alf.
I don't remember their names. I know they've revealed them in one of the trailers, but I mean, once you get past Olimar and Louis, I start. it's like those are my two main ones. So once you get past them, I start paying attention to what their names are.
Gotcha.
But this is pretty exciting because at the end of the day, the rocket ship and the onions usually take off. So in this one, night mode, I don't know if everybody's staying on the ground at that point, and then how that's going to work. So that's pretty interesting. And they introduced the new night Pikmin. So, yeah, Pikmin is so much fun. You'll have like your army of 50 Pikmin, and you're quietly sneaking past a Bulborb. Those Bulborbs are those ladybugs back there, and like it's asleep. So we're like, okay, I really don't want to fight this. So we're all sneaking past it, and one of the Pikmin just runs over there, just kicks it right in the face. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then all heck breaks loose. So he's eaten by Pikmin. Pikmin are flying everywhere. It's so much fun.
My exposure to Pikmin is purely through Smash Brothers.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, and I'm excited that the purple Pikmin and white Pikmin are back. They weren't really. I mean, I think they were kind of in Pikmin 3, but not really. So that's fun. So,
what does the white one do?
He is poisonous. If a bad guy eats him, they will die, and he can also detect items buried underground.
He's like a truffle pig.
Yeah. So
cool. Well, next up is one of my personal favorite series, and actually a series that you introduced me to so long ago on the Game Boy Advance. We have WarioWare Move It. I love WarioWare.
WarioWare is another one of my favorite games. At least the first entry is micro games on the Game Boy Advance. I was playing it the other night on the Switch. Just so much fun. And the rest of the WarioWare series is hit or miss. When it's good though, it's really, really good. So
I really enjoyed WarioWare Touched, and I enjoyed DIY. Because DIY, you make your own games, so that's always going to be fun. But no, I think at this point, I may have played every WarioWare. Smooth Moves was one, and I like that one. What was the one on the Game Boy Advance where like you
There's
turn
Twisted.
Twisted? That's right.
Yeah, that one is fun.
But no, I really dig I dig 9 volt and 18 volt. I dig them, and it looks like just from the trailer, brilliantly, one of the micro games is going to be the slide from Super Mario 64. So that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks fun. Unfortunately, it looks like you're using your whole body, and I have a bad shoulder, so I'm like, I probably won't enjoy this, but it does look like a really good game.
Well, it's also like you're using the Joy-Cons, which I think we're at the point where we can just say the Joy-Cons are bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I forget I have them because I use the Pro controller. I'm like, oh yeah, there's Joy-Cons. What's weird though is they announced this, and then they announced what's the name of it? Everybody 1-2. What's it? You know what I'm talking about?
1-2 Switch or something like that.
Yeah, the sequel to 1-2 Switch. I think it's 1-2 Everybody Switch or something like that.
Yeah, something like
I don't know if you watched the trailer for that. They didn't show it in the direct, but it's like a 3-minute trailer where they invited some of the YouTuber influencers to this hotel and had them play it. That is the weirdest trailer.
I'll have to check it out.
It's like a cult indoctrination video. You got a guy up there wearing a tuxedo and a horse head, making the people chant and get in lines and do all this weird stuff, and you're just like, what is this?
Whatever happened to the Wii, where like it's 2 Japanese guys in suits going across the country? Will you like to play? I love those. Those are my favorites.
But it's like a room of 100 people and this guy in a horse mask making them all follow directions and chant stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, no, thank you. Well, moving on, we have Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, which is the DLC for Scarlet and Violet.
This is Pokemon. I didn't know what that was in your list. I was like, what is Hidden Treasure of Area Zero?
Yeah. It's already such a long name that I didn't want to put anything else.
I kind of zone out whenever they do Pokemon stuff because it all looks the same to me. I'm like, okay.
I get ready to zone out. So things you'll never hear on a podcast. So this is exciting, at least for me, because I actually really do enjoy this generation of Pokemon. For those of you who are not familiar with Area Zero is essentially where all the time travel shenanigans happen. In Scarlet, it's all about going to the past. In Violet, it's about the future. And I have Violet, so it's going to be a lot of fun. They keep giving us trailers, and yet those trailers, even though they're long trailers, they tell us next to nothing. So there's not a whole lot to talk about with this. Just more like, yeah, I'm excited for it because I like Pokemon Violet. Something that's more interesting, in my opinion, is Detective Pikachu Returns. Did you ever play Detective Pikachu?
I did not.
Neither did I. I just saw the movie.
Yeah.
So is this Ryan Reynolds? I don't know.
No, it's not Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the game at all. I just saw the movie. I don't know how faithful the movie is to the game. I assume that Pikachu is his dad. Spoilers.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
well, Detective Pikachu is returning, in case you were wondering.
And it's like, oh my gosh, he loves coffee. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know what kind of game it is.
I assume, well, maybe not. I was gonna say like Professor Layton, but maybe not quite. I don't think you're doing puzzles. I think you're just going around talking to people trying to solve the mystery. So I
Sure,
don't
yeah.
know. I have no idea.
Um, so yeah, that was our Pokemon segment. Here's the thing.
Exciting.
I love Pokemon, but there's never anything to talk about.
No, I think once we got past like 250 Pokemon, I kind of lost path or lost track of it. I guess a Pokemon Black and White. I played that one, so
I
uh,
do love Black and White.
I'm a little familiar with those guys. But other than that, it's way too much for me to keep track of.
How many can you name in this picture?
Blossom, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Growlithe,
Yeah.
and the pink one's slipping my mind. Is that like Electrike or something back there? And Pangea or something? I don't know.
uh, don't worry, I can't name a whole lot more either. Like I know that's Luxray. Uh,
And I know that's
essentially,
like a version of Execute, but I don't know what his
yeah.
name is. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Anyway, like I like the new Pokemon, but I still use the Pokemon that I was using back when I was like 12.
Right, right. Yeah.
But yeah, uh, you know what? They are coming out with the Pokemon Journeys finale, where it's supposedly going to be the end of Ash's tenure. I know it's already out in Japanese, but I believe it's releasing on Netflix in English here within the next couple of weeks, or maybe it's already out. So that's fun. Definitely want to
Yeah.
watch
You
that.
wonder how long they'll keep Ash away from the franchise. 'Cause you figure he'll be back in, 2 years or something.
I think they'll keep Ash away for a while. I don't know how long they'll keep Pikachu away.
True. Yeah.
I definitely think, I bet you that, eventually Ash will come in and then he's like, you know what? I'm retired. You should take my Pikachu. Something like that.
Ugh. Okay, I was getting Toy Story 3 vibes. No. All right. Um,
Uh, so speaking of Toy Story,
uh,
uh, we're gonna be going into a bathroom, not a toy box, but a bathroom
mhm.
in Mario Kart 8. Uh, do you play Mario Kart 8 a whole lot?
I played it on the Wii U. I don't have it on the Switch, which I really should get it since I get all these courses for free since I'm part of the Switch Online.
Yeah,
Um,
they're definitely a lot of fun. What I think is hilarious is so before the patch, Waluigi Wiggler was the build that was like the pro build for all you pro Mario Kart 8 players. And so now they have Wiggler as a character, so you can play as Wiggler while riding on a Wiggler, and that's the joke. Everyone laugh. Um, I'm excited for these characters. I really didn't expect these to be the characters. I really didn't know who I wanted for the Bush. I know who I want the last one to be, but now that I see the rest of the characters, I don't think it'll be him.
okay.
I want Diddy Kong.
Oh, is he not in the game?
No,
That's weird.
I
I
know.
feared I feared we'll get Funky Kong, but I didn't realize Diddy hasn't been added yet.
No. I wanted like Diddy Kong Racing or something like that, but no. So uh, with these three characters being, it's Birdo was the one that they already had, and then Peter Piranha, Wiggler, and Kamek are the next three characters. Now I'm like, you know what? Diddy Kong wouldn't fit with these DLC. He just kind of come out of nowhere. So I don't know. It would be fun. The
Well,
Luma from the movie, who is like had like an existential death wish or something like
it
that.
just make his controls jank, so he's constantly crashing off the cliff.
He's trying to die.
The next three could all be Donkey Kong characters. You get Donkey Kong Jr. and Diddy and Funky. Who knows?
Donkey Kong Jr. That would be a fun one. Yeah, hold on, wait. Isn't our Donkey Kong Jr.?
But there's been games where they've both appeared, and I don't think Nintendo thinks that's the case, even though Rare says it is the case. So it's. I think the way I understand the Kong lineage is it's Cranky, then DK or Donkey Kong Jr., and then DK is Donkey Kong Jr.'s son. That's the way I understand it. But I could be wrong.
So is Cranky the original Donkey Kong from the?
Yes, because he's the grandfather, which they changed in the Mario Brothers movie, which aggravated me. But yeah, he's supposed to be the grandfather. So that has always been my understanding of it. And Matt Pat has done a whole video about how there's two Marios, like the Mario in the Donkey Kong game. It's actually Jumpman, Mario's father, and all this, and it gets pretty crazy. So,
never before did you think you'd be watching a podcast with Donkey Kong and Pikmin lore.
Yes.
Jumpman Mario. That's what a name.
Yep.
Jumpman Mario, Mario, Luigi Mario. Oof. And then, of course, the fact that Luigi and Peach got together and gave birth to Rosalina.
Right. Because look at the ears. Look at the ears. What?
It's so weird that like Zelda lore is like the easiest to keep track of.
Well, that goes back to the Pikmin lore. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is the dark Pikmin ending of Pikmin 1, so it's just an alternate timeline." I'm like, "No, please don't bring timelines to the Pikmin. Keep it simple."
You know what? I think that's why they're doing stuff like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think they're literally trying to get away from the timelines.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't finished the game, but I have a lot of questions about the timeline now.
Well, I'm excited. I definitely am curious as to what the other courses will be. I think a bathroom is a very interesting place to have a karting race. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I love Mario Kart 8, so I was going to talk about it. This one, here we go. This is my confession time. I have never played any sort of Luigi's Mansion game ever.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. No, wait, hold on. No. So there's one that's like in the arcade at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, I've played the first Luigi's Mansion, and then I have it on the Switch. Is that what it came out on? And I played it for a while, but I never even got to like Gooigi because I was too busy looking for secrets, and I just never really got into the game. So that's what I need to go back to. But yeah, Luigi, they're fun.
I've always assumed that this was kind of like the closest that Nintendo will ever get to Resident Evil. Does that sound accurate?
Having never played a Resident Evil game, it's hard for me to say. It's it's their take on Ghostbusters is what it is, and it's fun. It depends on the ghosts in the game. If they make the ghosts fun, then the game I think it's more fun to play. But when they're like the generic blobby ghost, then it's not as fun. But there's some dark stuff in the GameCube game.
Okay.
Some of the ghost stuff, if you really pay attention, you're like, oh, that's kind of dark for Nintendo. So I like it when there's like, lore and stuff. So I've never played this one. I heard this is a really good game, but I've never played this.
There's a third one, right?
Yeah, that's the one that I've got on the Switch with Gooigi that I have not. I've played a little bit of it, but I haven't really gotten into it.
Gotcha. Okay. And so this would be the second one, right?
Yeah, this is part 2.
Gotcha. Do they have like an overarching story, or does he just happen to go into a different mansion every time?
I don't know what the story of part 2 is. Part 1, he inherits the mansion. I think part 3, he's on a vacation and gets trapped in a hotel by somebody. I'm trying to remember who the bad guy is in part 3. It's been just long enough for me to forget. My brain's not working right now, so.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they are fun games.
Okay, I might try it out. I would definitely want to go back to the first one. Is the first one on the Switch too, or do I just have to get that on GameCube?
I feel like it's been re-released at some point, but I don't remember on what system.
You got me curious now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion is basically the modern version of Mario is Missing. Is what this is.
It was on the 3DS. Oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get to it eventually when they re-release it, or maybe I'll get Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. I'm fixing up my GameCube right now, so
Nice.
Hopefully that'll be done here soon. Next up, we literally have no information on this. We don't even have a name. I just hope that it's called Peaches.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I mean, we've had a Princess Peach game before.
And I've never played it, and I've always wanted to.
Yeah. It seems like there's something about changing dresses, and maybe that gives you different powers or something, but we didn't really get a whole lot in the trailer.
What if this just ends up being like Nintendo's version of like those Barbie horse games?
Oh, it could be. I don't know. You never know with Nintendo, because you're like, oh, they're making a game that's like Mario Party of Animal Crossing characters. No, not really. So they could very easily put out a lame video game. And
What game are you referencing there?
there was some Animal Crossing game that like you went around a board game, but you didn't actually play like games. Like it auto played, and it was really lame.
It was just a board game.
It was really bad. It was so bad that Chatronic burnt his Animal Crossing amiibos on stream.
That's
he
funny.
made Nintendo bad. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like because there was this one Barbie game on I think it was on like the Commodore 64 or something, where it's like, hey Barbie, it's Ken. Would you like to go to the mall? Sounds like fun. Great.
Yeah.
See you in an hour. It's like, hey, Peach, it's me, Mario. Do we want to go to the mall? Sounds like fun.
Hey, Toad. Hey, Toad. What's my schedule like today? Wow. That's great. We have a meeting with the Yoshi Kingdom. Awesome.
Yeah, I really hope this is what would be cool? Because for me, whenever I think of like the Doki Doki Panic Mario game, the Mario 2 USA, I think of Peach's gameplay, because I always went to Peach game as my character.
Right.
So it would be cool if this was reminiscent of that. Like you could, instead of jumping on characters, you would like pick them up and stuff, right?
Yeah, and the floating mechanic and all that. Yeah, it just doesn't look like a platformer what they showed. So I don't know what this is.
I don't know. Well, we can go ahead and move on to something that we definitely know what it is, because it's come out before. We have the Super Mario RPG Remake.
Yes.
Now, here we go. You ready for another thing? I've never played Super Mario RPG.
You don't know the joy of the Axum Rangers?
No, dude, I didn't get into RPGs until like 4 years ago.
Or you don't know about Booster, who's a way cooler version of Wario?
No.
That pains me.
I know that the blue Yoshi is basically the black mage from Final Fantasy, right?
So I'll say this to anybody that's going to play this game. I know I normally tell people don't look at a walkthrough, don't look at spoilers. Look at a walkthrough for the very first section of the game. There are hidden treasure blocks or question mark blocks in the game. And if you start collecting them, there's one that's like at the very first scene of this game that you only have one chance to get. So if you don't know it's there, and you have to like bounce off a Toad's head while he's walking or something to hit it, and it's really hard to hit. So you like if you're trying to 100% the game, you will miss that question block unless you look up where it is.
Is it like is it a good item or something?
I really don't remember. It's been almost 30 years since I played this game, so I just remember.
I think it's been less than that because I remember you playing this like when I was a kid at one point, showing it to me. So
It came out probably my senior year, so that's been 25 years. 25 years, yeah. It's been a while. But yeah, this is a great game. A lot of great jokes in it. I think there's even a Final Fantasy boss hidden somewhere in the game. So I'm curious
that wouldn't surprise me. Do you remember the you've seen Terminal Montage, right?
I don't know.
Terminal Montage. He's the one that does
yeah.
The Christian Kirby and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the Yoshi story terminal montage whenever the blue Yoshi decides to fight like the wind monster, and he turns into the black mage from Final Fantasy 4 or something like that. So it would not surprise me if there was like Final Fantasy characters in here, because I assume the blue Yoshi is the black mage if they make that kind of joke.
So you don't actually get to control Yoshis. There's like a Yoshi village that you visit. Yeah, so you don't get a Yoshi on your team. Okay. Culex is the name of the Final Fantasy character. I don't know who that is, but I remember fighting him and thinking this guy's way too hard, and giving up on him and going somewhere else.
How do you spell that?
Culex. Culex. He is. Let's see.
I mean, he
looks like a Final Fantasy boss. I don't know if he's an actual boss from Final Fantasy, but he is. He definitely looks like a Final Fantasy character. What are you beating?
Oh yeah, no, he's from Final Fantasy 4. I think I recognize him.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean he looks like the final form of Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Which I did want to bring that up. So historically I think Super Mario RPG is just called one of the greatest RPGs of all time. And people are excited for a remake. And then Final Fantasy VII, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, people were excited for the remake. What if this is like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but for Mario, where like there's time travel shenanigans and like an in-depth, completely different story?
I doubt it. All the cutscenes were stuff I had seen before.
Yeah.
And since it's Square and Nintendo, I don't think they would change much. The fact that we're getting this at all is a miracle. So, yeah, it's. Yeah, I really want to revisit this game. This game's a lot of fun.
I'm excited for it. Was this game on the SNES Mini?
I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I put so many games on my SNES Mini. I'm not sure what came with it anymore and what didn't. So,
because I know that it's not on the.
It's not on the Switch Online.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I definitely would have played it by now.
Yeah.
It is on the Switch Mini. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Switch Mini, but the SNES Mini.
Yep.
I need to get one of those. How much are they now? Too much?
Probably.
They have an NES Mini at like Cardinal over here, and I think it's like $100, so that's not bad. But yeah, SNES I would assume is definitely more.
Yeah, they were both really hard to get when they came out. So, I really wish we had gotten an N64 Mini, but I get it.
I mean, you know what? That'd be a fun thing. Like, of course, at that point, we're talking about what are your greatest N64 games. Like, what would you put on the N64 Mini? That'd be fun.
They would have to make a lot of deals with Rare to get all those games on there. So
I could really only think of 2 that would be like necessary. Here's the thing. When I say I could only think of 2, that's me being mean. Maybe 3, but like you have to put GoldenEye before Perfect Dark.
GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. They would never put Conker's Bad Fur Day on there, but it should be on there.
They wouldn't put it on there. I don't think they'd put Banjo-Tooie on there. I think they just put. I think you would get Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye,
and the DK64, which is a Nintendo game.
That's a Nintendo game, so they can do that.
Yeah. Diddy Kong Racing, maybe. It's got Banjo and Conker on there though, so
I think you just put Mario Kart 64 on there.
I don't know. It's tough. Those are some tough choices, and you got the 2 Zelda games, of course. And
like I said, that would be a fun show for another time. Because we got one more game to talk about. This is the big one.
I wonder what it could be. I sound like one of those dumb Nintendo Treehouse shows.
Get ready for the Elephant Daisy fan art incoming.
No, it'll be Elephant Daisy and what was her name? Bowsette or whatever.
Bowsette, yeah. This game looks phenomenal.
I like the music. It was reminding me a little bit of Katamari, just the humor.
I don't even know what this game is actually about. Like, I don't know what it. I kind of get the gimmick, but I also the elephant thing kind of came out of nowhere. Even knowing that it was coming because of the leaks, the elephant thing still came out of nowhere, and I don't understand what the game is supposed to be.
Yeah, it just seems like you get I can't remember what they're called, Wonder Coins or whatever, and it makes everything go trippy. And so you can't really see in this image, but at the top there's a Goomba wearing a Toad hat. So it's like, do you turn into a Goomba, or they're just Goombas posing as Toads? Then there's the little caterpillar with Luigi and the talking flowers. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on here.
This is the Mario game where they literally go on mushrooms.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is interesting and a lot of fun is it looks like that you can play as Yoshi, right?
It seems like there's some mode where everybody turns into a Yoshi, like all 4 players.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just remember there being like, someone was playing as Mario, someone was playing as Yoshi, and then the Mario player jumped on the Yoshi.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was a playable Yoshi that he was riding. It's very weird. Although they've done stuff like that in the later Donkey Kong Country games.
You know what? This one is so interesting that and I won't turn on the audio lest we be DDoS. But I kind of just want to pull up that trailer.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think the caterpillar plays a much bigger role than they are letting on right now. And I feel like this is kind of like Mario Odyssey, where they showed the T-Rex and you're like, what is going on? And then they showed more at a later date.
Yeah, and the T-Rex was like one thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of worried these flowers are not going to shut up. Like, they might get annoying after a while.
Hey, look, listen.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the art style, but I love it. It's almost like it's intentionally like 20 frames a second, and I like it.
Yeah. Kind of like, not quite Spider-Verse, but, kind of that feeling of a painted, weird Yoshi style. I do like how the villains are weird, like rollerblading. Koopa's there and stuff.
Oh, hold on. Check this out. I didn't even notice that. Look, did you see that? He did the Mario 3 jump.
Oh, okay.
Like whenever you get your P meter all the way, and then he does like his little there. Yeah, that's so cool. Um, it's got a fun running animation too. He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, yeah.
And here come the mushrooms.
Yeah, and then the whole game just goes insane. The backgrounds, everything's going crazy. And then I love the pipe that's an inchworm. That is so much fun.
It's a lot of fun, yeah. I don't even know what's happening there.
It reminds me a little bit of the later Donkey Kong Country Returns games and stuff. Some of the weird stuff of those.
I never played those.
Pretty fun.
I've actually only ever played Donkey Kong Country, the first one.
Yeah. And so it being called Wonder, it seems like this is like almost like a dream, you know. So I don't know if this, because it does look like Subcon, it does like Mario 2, so it's like something different.
No, this is definitely not.
I wonder if it's Alice in Wonderland is what this is.
Oh, that'd be cool. And they have like a Mad Hatter. No, yeah, no. Hold on, look at that. Look at this.
Oh yeah, the caterpillar.
Yeah. Hold on. No, so this Yoshi's definitely playable.
Okay.
Because like right here you've got your Mario, Peach, Luigi, and then right here you've got your Yoshi. So this Yoshi's definitely playable.
Yeah, but I think I solved it. I think this is Alice in Wonderland because it's the caterpillar.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you think there's going to be like a Mad Hatter stand-in that's the bad guy?
Maybe Bowser with a crazy hat or something.
Bowser with a crazy hat, but then he's betrayed by the Red Queen or whatever.
Yeah, or Bowser dressed as a Mad Queen. Bowser, the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, that'd be fun. But I don't know how an elephant ties into Alice in Wonderland. But it seems like if it's not that, they're at least pulling inspiration from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I see. Here's the thing. Like, ironically, like the whole game, like I get it. I kind of get. It's the elephant that throws me for a loop. I don't get it.
I think they just had a dartboard of animals. Like, which one have we not done? They just threw a dart. Like, okay, elephants. You know.
What if Jordan Peele comes in like Gremlins 2? He's like, what do you think, Mario Elephant? I love it. Mario as an elephant.
It's in the game.
It's in the game. In the game.
Not if that's in the game.
That all ended up being in the game.
I saw a poster of Gremlins 2 the other day, and it had like all the main characters. It had like Gremlins all over it, and then the bottom had the main characters, you know, Billy and Kate, and then it had Hulk Hogan there with them, and I was cracking up. Oh, too funny. I love Gremlins 2. I know you're confused by it, but
yes,
it's great.
So is Bowser the bad guy of this game, or
no?
Okay. Oh, you play as him. Look at that.
Yeah, he's part of your team. Smitty is the bad guy.
Okay.
It's a big sword.
Is that him?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's like a big sword that like falls through Bowser's castle or something.
So I noticed that there like we got Final Fantasy gameplay going on right here, but was there also
there he is? You see him back there in the background?
Yeah,
the sword? Yeah, that's Smitty.
Is there also like platforming going on too? I saw some platforming.
There's a little bit of platforming to get to the fights. You know how in Mario and Luigi, how you get the timed attacks and you can do like a double, triple attack?
I actually never played those either.
Okay, so it's kind of like that. There's Booster. He's great. So like you hit A to do your hammer attack, and then if you hit A again right as the hammer's hitting the opponent, you might do a double attack. Or like if you jump and then if you hit A right when the Mario's laying on the Goomba, he might jump on their head twice or something.
Okay. So like if you do something like frame perfect, then you do more damage. Okay,
yep.
gotcha. Well, that looks fun. No, this will this will most likely be the first Mario RPG, because I've never played Paper Mario either. Hey, look at that. I've never played a Mario RPG before.
I mean, I've only really played two. This one and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I recommend both of them. They're both great.
Was that the first one on the Game Boy Advance?
Yeah. Fawful is a great villain. He's in the Game Boy Advance games, so he's really fun. All right, so I think that's it for the night. We have to run. We are probably going to be talking about Uncanny X-Force next week. We will see. We're kind of on 4th of July, so that might blow up some plans, but we'll see.
Yeah, they might, and there might be more announcements this week. We are in Summer Games Fest mode right now, so who knows? Because honestly, like, there wasn't a whole lot of game stuff to talk about last year. This year is just chock full of game announcements. We've been eating good.
Yeah. It's weird. Video games are going strong right now, and the movie industry is taking. So it's either or.
Listen, if we want to become a video game podcast for the time being, I'm fine with that, because I'm talking about movies is stressing me out now.
Well, and the Flash is getting beat by Elemental and stuff right now. It's bad.
That's embarrassing.
They said it's tracking like Morbius right now.
And here's the thing: I even said I didn't think Morbius was that bad. I thought it was kind of like the old movies that we got back in like 2005. Like, yeah, in that vein. So I didn't mind it. Real quick, while we're on that topic, why do they insist on making Kraven an anti-hero?
It's weird. There's some weird choices there. I didn't think the movie looked that bad. It just some odd choices. And
here we go. Really quick. This is Caleb's rant of the week. Can villains just be villains, please?
Well, I think that Hollywood writers have been stuck in this deconstructing everything mode. So they make the villains heroes and the heroes villains, and it's just, we just want simple stories again. No more multiverse, no more. We just want a good guy and a bad guy, and just tell a fun story.
You know what's something that Cameron pointed this out to me the other day. He's like, man, people really got burnt out on the multiverse thing really fast. And I was like, you know what? I think the issue is because I've come to a conclusion. I don't like multiverses either. I like evil dimensions. Like like the Justice League versus the Justice Lords or the Crime Syndicate of America.
Mm-hmm.
Once you bring in like an entire multiverse of like 10 to 100 different universes, you lose me. I want a good universe and I want a bad universe. I want my Superman to have a bad goatee. And by the way, I'm not referencing Star Trek with that. I'm referencing Community, which is referencing Star Trek.
And I was referencing Space Ghost, which was also referencing Star Trek. His evil brother, Chad.
But yeah, we'll definitely, unless something else pops up, then Uncanny X-Force will be the way to go.
Check it out. I'm sure it's in print right now if you haven't read it. Or you can always read it on Marvel Unlimited. Some really good X-Men stories that don't get enough love. I don't want to get spoilers, but have you been enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Like I said, it really reminds me. It's like, so I think they're trying to make the Thunderbolts Marvel's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And I don't see that at all. I definitely see X-Force as their Suicide Squad.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I got to run. So with that, we're going to end the show. I have been FinalMonkey.
And I'm Caleb.
And we will talk to you next time. See ya.
Bye.
I keep stealing your line.
You're good.